Hey guys.
Hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is It's About the Pasta, a Vanderpump Rules podcast, season 2, episode 3. Sadly, the worst episode Vanderpump Rules has possibly ever done, but we're going to get through it.
You know what? At least this isn't a scripted show, because then we would have probably had a musical version by now.
Ew. This was the musical version. This is the Glee episode of Vanderpump Rules, and we hate it. Well, we are on the Geek Nerdery Podcast Network. A lot of other great podcasts. Check them out. Also, please leave us a review and rate us and subscribe to this podcast. And if you want to be one of our saving graces, it is our off season, so we totally understand that people don't really listen to us as much. Also, we're in a pandemic, so I'm guilty of not keeping up with podcasts too. But please download us.
We appreciate all that do. We haven't seen, Alicia, we haven't seen too terrible a drop-off. So those who are listening or just downloading, we love and appreciate you.
Yeah, please just download.
Listen too if you are intrigued.
Listen, if you want.
We'll at minimum take a download.
But yeah, also leave us a review. We love reviews. 5 stars. Anything else, just don't even do it.
We're going to pretend like you don't exist.
If you have that big an issue, you can cyberbully us on our Instagrams or something.
Cyberbully us? No, we don't believe in bullying. Stop encouraging.
You can cyberbully me, whatever. Follow us on Instagram at Vanderpasta, and join our Facebook group. Same name as the podcast. A lot of the time there's a lot of updates on what the Vanderpump cast is doing. Vanderpump season 9. So check that out. Also, we have a Patreon that we're of course going to plug because we always plug it.
Absolutely. Tell me what you can get, Alicia.
Oh my God, you can get so much fun stuff. So for only $1 a month, you will be in our Peter status. And who the fuck doesn't love Peter? So you would get access to our pre-show catch-up, which is so fucking fun, honestly. Meredith and I love doing it because we just talk about nothing.
We just talk about everything, anything every topic in between.
It's really casual. It just flows really well. We just, especially today, we just kept jumping different topics.
I think we covered 4.
Also, you get early access to all of our episodes because right now we're recording them way faster than you're getting them.
Yeah, so this episode 3 you could have had 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, we're currently on Labor Day. So by the time you get this, it'll be fucking Halloween. So you really are behind.
Actually. 1 week before Halloween, I believe this one would come.
Oh my God, look at me. So think of all you're missing, honestly, just for $1. But then if you want some more, for $2 a month, you become our Scheana status.
Mm-hmm.
And, we love Scheana. She's a good justice for Scheana. I'm a big advocate. I actually got in a fight this weekend.
Top girl in the group.
It's all happening. So you'll get everything we just mentioned. Plus, you'll get access to our after show, which is where Meredith and I go through spoilers that we noticed in the episode because we're not doing spoilers now on this podcast in case
we're working very hard not to do spoilers.
Yeah,
it takes a lot of effort, so we plug it all into that post show.
Yeah, we do write down our spoilers and then we talk about it, all the things we found funny, ironic, point things out. Also, I do a book report on the after
the best part of the post show, to be honest.
It's really Alicia's fun. It's a lot of knowledge. I really go deep diving into people's lives. Sorry, not sorry. And we'll say your name on the podcast so you get a fun shout out. And ready? Here's our Jackie! Did we do it? Does it sound?
I think we got it that time.
I thought it sounded okay. Yes. Jackie is our favorite anchor.
Tried and true. A1 since day one.
Yeah, we love
her. Gal.
But Jackie is not just Scheana. She's a full-on Lisa status because she's the best. She's the queen. You too can become Lisa status but right now you're not. So it's just Jackie. But for Lisa status, you get everything we just talked about. It's only $5 a month, by the way. So it's like not too bad, but you get everything we just talked about. Plus you get to ask us questions for our after show. So I'll post in the Patreon to our patrons that are Lisa. Yeah.
Nice. You crushed that.
I'll post in the Patreon and ask if anyone has comments, concerns, whatever. It can relate to Vanderpump. It can relate to me and Meredith. It can relate to like a random other show that maybe we talk about on the pre-show because we do that a lot. Whatever you want. Usually Jackie's has to do with Vanderpump, and we currently have a question from her to go over this week. Yeah. So I'm very excited. Her last one was really good. Meredith and I were like, our wheels were turning. It was super fun. And we're going to start picking a patron of the episode. And ours is still Jackie.
Jackie all day, every day.
We're thinking now with the nice donation that Jackie has been giving us, we are looking into merch.
Yeah.
And I'm
maybe
excited.
a little contest, a little trivia to earn a cool piece of merch.
Yeah, so we're very excited. We're looking into it, Jackie, we promise.
Jackie, we promise.
Jackie, we promise. No one else cares but Jackie. But yeah, so hooray, that's our Patreon. Join it.
Heck,
it's patreon.com @Vanderpasta. VANDR pasta. If you don't know how to spell pasta, just don't join.
If you're I almost said something. Never mind.
No spoilers. Okay, so we're not mixing it up because it's kind of early, and
I got some water. Really dehydrating after the holiday weekend.
I was gonna say, let me tell you, me who has not really drank all in this quarantine pandemic got drunk twice, and I was hungover twice this weekend, and I'm still fucking.
You're so funny.
Yesterday was very rough. So this is why I don't drink anymore. But it's
oh my God. I love you so much.
I enjoy being drunk though. I forgot how much I love it.
It's just like a casual day drunk.
Yes.
That's the sport I should have lettered in high school.
I like the drunk where you don't mean to get drunk and then you just happen to be drunk and you realize it and you're like, wait a minute, this is so fun.
I don't have those moments. I go full in, like, let's rage.
I wasn't trying to both times, but killed me. Also, I got great food, lots of tacos. If you want to hear about it, go to my pre-show. Anyway. Okay, let's talk about this episode. Ugh.
Take the disdain out of your voice just for the next
really quick
60 minutes.
Really quick. This is gonna be it, and then I'll like really power through. I hate everything about this episode, most of it. I think there were some funny parts that I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. But also, why did we need this episode?
I can't wait to get to your blocked and accepted because I don't think you'll ever have it accepted.
Like, block fucking everyone.
Alicia blocks this episode.
Everything. This whole episode. I hate it. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Previously on Vanderpump Rules, Tom cheated on Kristen and she's totally falling apart. Scheana hurt her foot. Scheana and Stassi got into a fight about literally everything. Jax talked to Stassi's dad and it did not go as well as Jax thinks it went. Jax got a tattoo of Stassi's name, even though Tom Schwartz advised him not to do that. And Jax and Stassi went on a date and she told him to move on and he cried.
Oh.
He deserved it.
No, but just like seeing that like footage of them in the car again was just like so traumatic.
You don't know what I've done.
Oh,
is that it?
No.
That's the line. He's so romantic. Okay. There was a point, I think, in this episode, maybe, that I was like, oh my God, another romantic quote by Jax.
Yes.
My new
I love you more than vodka. Oh, I still haven't dropped that. I love you more than vodka. This would have been the perfect weekend for it. Dang it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, next time. So, Weird Sir, we're making big flower arrangements.
Massive flower arrangements.
They cost $150.
No, she said it costs $150 to put floor arrangements all over the restaurant. Lisa has good bang for a buck. Dang.
Yeah, this is great.
Because she puts them together herself. She has a good eye.
Jax comes in to get his check, but they put him to work, and he has to lift this giant vase and bouquet of flowers, which
he crushed
Jax almost can't do, but he does it, and I'm impressed.
Yeah.
He reminds Lisa that they're going to Lake Arrowhead. He's only going because it's an overnight trip, and Stassi will be there.
I mean,
the worst.
He is dumb in some ways, but he does know when opportunity strikes.
He knows. Also, he's going to talk to Dana, Stassi's mom.
Oh, yeah. He's got to apologize to her.
We have met her before, and she is a fun one.
We met her twice now.
You're right.
Because Stassi's dad and her got lit at that restaurant.
With Frank.
Yes.
Yeah. Good time.
We got a good one.
Do you live across the street from a hospital too?
There's 3 hospitals right by me.
Nice.
It's a whole hospital section.
This is like a normal thing for us.
Yes.
Okay. So, Jax wants to get in good with the family again so that Stassi will take him back because Stassi's family is very important to her.
Yes.
And so this is the way to Stassi's heart. So
which I think speaks volumes that Stassi won't pursue anything until he really makes an attempt to make good with her parents.
I think this is the one time Jax actually has a reasonable argument in his head. Not just, apartment plus tattoo plus job equals girlfriend. It's maybe I should get in good
Maybe
with
I need to go
family.
Apologize to her whole family for embarrassing her and cheating on her.
On national television, and then maybe she'll consider taking me back. That's the kind
then
of
plus tattoo process. Plus apartment
plus
equals
all those
girl.
other things equals girlfriend. So now we go to Stassi's apartment. Everyone's getting their stuff in the car. We're heading to Lake Arrowhead. We find out Stassi's parents are divorced, which we kind of already knew, but it's public knowledge.
Well, since she was 5, that was crazy to hear. I didn't know she was so young.
Yeah. But she goes to her mom's in Lake Arrowhead to see her mom, her brother, and her sister.
Yes.
Normally she goes to Lake Arrowhead to get away from all the drama of LA, but now she's bringing all the drama to Lake Arrowhead.
Yes.
What a great time.
Well, they also are double dipping since Tom's band is opening up for. He really described this other band, but I'm not really.
I have it. It's somewhere else.
No idea who they are. A famous band who had one famous song from the 80s.
Tom's nervous. Here he is. Because his band, Pierce the Arrow, is opening up for Martha Davis and the Motels.
Mm-hmm.
So I, to do my due diligence, I looked up Martha Davis and the Motels, and I looked up this song, this huge hit song in the 80s called Only the Lonely, because I tend to listen to a lot of 80s music. I have no idea what this song was.
Never heard of it?
No. But then I realized I listen to mostly 80s rock, and this was not 80s rock. It was more pop 80s, which if it's not Madonna, I probably don't know it. But
Bye.
But yeah, so Tom and Kristen show up. Oh, everyone you can just see how because so it's Katie, Stassi, Kristen, Jax, and Tom Sandoval in the car. Tom Schwartz is there, I think, to drop Katie off, but he is not in later. This. Yeah, he's not on this journey. No, yeah. So he might have a acting job is what I thought. And he just and he shows up later with Peter. So maybe Peter to work the restaurant. The hard workers. Yeah. Yeah. They're making that. Somebody's got to pay the bills. Exactly. So now we're in this car ride. Literally, I don't know how far they made it onto this freeway, but the first thing that Tom says is, well, me and Kristen had a horrific argument. And you can kind of just see the on everybody's face. No one in the friend group cares. Nobody really commented back. Oh my God. As someone who's permanently in the friend group of couples, no one fucking cares. I don't care if you're having an argument. Don't air it out with me. Mm-mm. I care when I'm with the part of the couple that I'm really good friends with. Yes. I want to know you had a fight. You can tell me what happened, but we're in a packed car.
headed to Lake Arrowhead. Please don't tell me that you guys are fighting. Please don't even mention the word fight.
There's no way to get out. There's no way for me to walk away. Both sides are here, and like we're not going to get involved in the argument. So I don't know why.
Could you imagine if Jax was sitting right between them? I kind of wish he was.
I would have loved it. It would have been so funny.
Because he's so big, I feel like he just would have taken off both sides, and they both would have been like against the windows, like ugh.
The best is Kristen. So Kristen's on the window, Jax is on the window, and Tom Sandoval's in the middle. Katie's driving, and Stassi's in the front seat. And Kristen has her headphones in, but she still like brings herself into this.
Yes, I know. I was like, maybe he said it because she's not paying attention, just so that you can,
I don't know. But the fact that Tom had to be like, me and Kristen had a horrific argument, and I was like, fuck, man, we'll just turn on the radio.
Can we at least pretend that this is not happening?
Just because the GoPros are in here to record us doesn't mean we need the drama, bro.
Yeah.
Just wait. So everyone's super annoyed. Kristen's mad because Tom's been spending a lot of time with the band. That's what Tom thinks this whole argument's about. Stassi's the only one that's like, no, Aunt, that's wrong. That's not what she's mad about. She's
the cheating.
Mad you cheated. And the fact that now you're out late with the band, you could still be cheating in her mind. Like, that's where she's coming. She's like, it's the only thing she thinks about.
Yep, 100%. But, I mean, Stassi does say she doesn't want the theme of this trip to be about them fighting or even her life. She's tired of her life just being centered around their drama.
Yeah, so Stassi kind of puts it in perspective, shuts everyone up. This is why you're fighting. Yeah, and we're done. Goodbye. So we finally get to Lake Arrowhead. I wonder how the car ride went after this.
Hopefully everybody fell asleep. I would pretend to fall asleep, to be honest.
I would like love to be Kate. You're just Jax, because Jax didn't say anything in this, so you would just like slowly fall asleep.
Not in this car. I pretended to be asleep many of times in cars, just to listen to conversations and not want to be a part of them.
Jax definitely played this best, where he just turned his head out the window and looked at the scenery.
Yeah.
So now we're at Lake Arrowhead. They stop at the beach before going to Stassi's mom's house. At the beach, Jax like looks at Stassi and he's like, "You look really good." And Stassi eats it up because she loves it.
He was like, "Oh yeah, like you look good." I was like, okay, this is not another thing we add to the plus just to get girl. Like compliment
equal girl.
One compliment equal. I'll get there if I give this one compliment.
Yeah, so like the girls are all in bikinis. Tom Sandoval is shirtless. Jax is in his bathing suit. Yeah, long sleeve, like sweatshirt.
Like Henley, yeah.
And everyone's like, "Why aren't you taking off your shirt?" And he's like, "Oh, I just don't want to. I just no reason." And everyone's like,
and everybody's like, Jack's not taking off of his shirt. Something's sketchy here.
Also, B, it's like 1,000 degrees. Just,
I bet.
If it was like a cold day, maybe you could have gotten away with it, weirdo. But Jax takes off his shirt and shows the tribal tattoo to everyone.
He's like holding his arm so close to his body.
The koi fish. The koi fish.
Yeah. It's the covered up tribal tattoo.
Yeah, but you're right. Like the whole top of his arm is like pushed
against his chest. Yeah.
And then
Stassi sees there's something inside, and she's like
Katie. It was like Katie's like, "What's that?" And then Stassi was the one that like swooped.
She's like, "Show me," and he's like, "No, nothing."
And so eventually he has to show
reveals
Stassi.
Yeah.
Tattoo. They're shocked. Okay, so Stassi's shocked. She's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you did this." Kristen looks so fucking annoyed. She's like, "For fucking real?" She's like the Tom Schwartz, just like, "Really? This happened?"
I mean, Stassi says, like, I can't believe, like, why didn't he do this when we were together? Like, she likes it. Yeah. She's into it.
She said she feels like she just lost her virginity or something major just happened.
I kind of agree. I understand.
But yeah, I don't know. Just like, for me, just advice for our audience, don't get your ex's tattoo named on your arm. Yeah,
just another warning out there for anybody. This is definitely a double curse.
This is going to be the restraint. Just because Stassi didn't yet file for a restraining order does not mean this is a good idea.
Yeah,
So
like you're just filling up the file folder of why she should get it.
Yes. But Stassi's she's softened towards Jax now because she like really likes this.
I think this is a good like God, what's it called? Words. Hard. But like a big show of affection, like he's like making a big statement here, and I think she's
His
like it
grand
got
gesture.
her attention. Grand gesture, that's it. Like it got her attention, and I think he's been doing dumb things that aren't really capturing her attention, but this is something where she's like stopped and been like, oh,
that's cool. I mean, given if I'm Stassi, my ex-boyfriend cheated on me, he's trying to win me back. Anything he does, I'm gonna like accept it probably. And then he gets his name tattooed. My first thought is like, bro, if I don't get back with you though, this is hilarious.
And she said that whenever the guys went out on the paddle boards and the girls were talking on the beach.
Yeah, she was like,
Stassi says like, well, if he tries to get with, or like if he tries to flirt with other girls and she's at the bar, it's like, check whose name is on his arm. You know, this is a total power move for Stassi.
Exactly. But she does say, like, the best thing Jax can do is get back with her family. Yes. Even though she loves the tattoo. She's like, we're halfway there already. This is great. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think if her family was like, we love him again, she would really give it another shot.
I think so too. But I don't think it would work.
Yeah, I don't think they would work out, but I think Stassi
I think she would try. Yeah.
Yes, I think Stassi's being a little stubborn because I don't think she wants to look like an idiot in front of her family.
Yes, and her family, her dad openly does not like her. We will see what her like other side of the family thinks about it, but also she's got Frank in DC. What's happening?
I know. Well, let's go to Dana's house. Let's see what happens.
Dana. So Stassi grew up in New Orleans. When she was in college, Hurricane Katrina hit, and they lost everything. So her mom took the siblings and they moved out west to Lake Arrowhead. So that's why they're here. Even though Stassi says she's never really lived here, this is where she considers home, which I think is sweet. Jax, he should have probably brought like flowers for Dana, but instead he brought some protein powder for himself.
Oh my God. Like massive thing. I love how they're all explaining like, you can just like take a few scoops out and bring that. And he's like, I need a lot.
That was Katie. Katie's like, why don't you just put them into like bags? You don't have to bring the whole thing. Yeah, Katie says nothing but that. So Jax is really nervous. We walk in. We meet Georgiana and Nikolai. Those are her younger sister and brother. And Dana immediately is like, you guys put your stuff downstairs. I'll get you some drinks.
Love her. She's already, wow. I would love to stay at Dana's house.
Yeah. So everyone goes downstairs to like, get their rooms unpacked. But Stassi stays upstairs and talks to her mom. And Dana's surprised that Jax has some cojones to come here.
Oh, yeah. Which I kind of think, like, proves something. Like, Dana already kind of, I think it's, like, one box checked. Like, ooh, he's willing to walk in the lion's den and, like, sit down with us.
Because Dana's going to kill him. She's like, it doesn't matter if he came or not. I'm going to kill him, probably.
Absolutely.
But then Stassi tells her mom about the tattoo, and Dana is not fucking happy about it. She thinks it's psychotic. She, again, is like Tom Schwartz and the tattoo artist. Like, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, she's like, this is so dumb. And I think Dana realizes, like, oh my God, Jax must have a different version in his head of what's truly going on right now. If he's willing to do this, what does he think is happening with their relationship?
Yeah, and Stassi's trying to be like, well, he got my name tattooed, though. And she's, like, smiling. And her mom's like, you like this. Mm-hmm. You fucking like this. And she's like, of course I fucking like it, Mom. Oh, goodbye.
Yeah. But then, of course, Stassi drops that they had dinner.
Oh, yeah.
And where everything's at. And Dana does not like that.
Like, stop getting dinner. Stop loving the tattoo.
Yeah, but she's like, you're giving him the signals that you're convincing him that you're going to get back together with them. And Stassi tries to play it off like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm just, like, entertaining the thought. But I think Stassi just, like, loves the attention.
I think who wouldn't love her in. Yeah, who wouldn't love their ex-boyfriend that cheated on them to then go through hell to try and get them back? Hell yeah, I'd pull that for all it's worth. Okay, so now we'll take a break from Lake Arrowhead. We'll go to Sir really quick. Nathalie and Peter and Lisa are doing a wine tasting with Jamie.
Fun.
I know. So they're going to make some changes to the wine list. This Jamie, the wine guy, he screws the top off like a rosé, and Lisa's very nervous.
Like, fuck. She's like, get that out of my face, basically.
She likes the pop of the...
I agree, though.
I agree. If I go to a restaurant, I want it to pop.
I want to pop.
If it's me, I want
a screw top at my own home. Yes. Yeah. Well, the thing is, and Lisa's kind of nods to this, but a lot of people don't realize, like, screw top used to be cheap version of wine, but now a lot of winemakers are turning towards screw top because the cork can actually go bad and can actually make your wine rancid. So you're less likely to have your wine go bad if it's a screw top. Like, it's just a better version, a better way to keep your wine now.
Well, I understand Lisa wanting the pop, but she does love this screw top rosé. She's a fan. Then Jamie brings out a red. Peter loves it.
Oh, he is
Cabernet connoisseur.
Oh, yeah.
What Nathalie calls him.
He's never met a cab he doesn't like, or a waitress.
I love the slight flirting between Lisa and Peter. She's like, you like the red? Of course you like the red. And he's like, oh, I love the red. And like, it's so fucking weird. But it's like, you can just tell they're friends. You can tell they're comfortable, they're friends. Like, Peter obviously is a manager, but I'm sure there's other managers. But Peter's obviously top guy where Lisa
I was about to say,
him in.
He is literally drinking on the job right now, like tasting the wine, hanging out with the ladies. Like,
this is why he comes to Lake Arrowhead late. He had a wine taste.
Oh my God.
Which, like,
think about that. Hell yeah, I would skip day one.
They're not doing fucking anything. Looking at Jax's tattoo.
How can you top a wine tasting that's free and with your bosses?
Hell yeah. This was great. So, and did you see how many glasses they had?
Oh, yeah.
Just thinking about the amount of wine they're about to drink.
Based on the amount of glasses they had, they were pouring pretty good. And they weren't spitting it out based on what we were seeing.
No.
This is the tasting I want.
This is it. So now we go back to like Arrowhead. We have dinner. And then we don't get much of dinner, but we do see after dinner. Dana dismisses everyone, but asks Jax to stay. Which no one has a problem. Everyone's like, okay, bye. Like,
well, they're going out afterwards, so she's like, go get ready. And everybody's like, I am happy to leave this. Peace out, bitches.
So they take a shot. Dana and Jax do to like kind of, I
kind of like this. I think it kind
of
makes her more intimidating.
And then she looks at Jax and goes, so why don't you tell me how you hurt my daughter? And, okay, we're gonna jump right in.
And he's like, well, I mean,
I cheated on her and I was a shitty person. That was his answer. And she's like, fuck yeah, you were.
Well, she was like, and why did you do that? She's like digging in. Yeah, she's not really like letting anything go.
She is just like Mark in the sense that she hands Jax his ass on a platter. He's not full from dinner yet. She's still got to give him this.
I think Jax kind of expected going into these conversations, they probably would have lectured him and they would have done the talking. But it's like they stay silent and make him like fumble around and like become awkward and talk and be like, so tell me. And he's like, I mean, I cheated on your daughter.
And he always like, I hate these excuses. He's like, I was just in a bad place. Like, Stassi and I were fighting a lot. And Stassi's mom was even like, Stassi was ready to literally commit to you.
Yes. You were looking at rings with her.
Yeah. Don't come in here and say you were in a bad place. And that was your answer.
That would terrify me more if I was a parent, because it's like, you're always going to be in bad places throughout your life. Like, you're just never going to avoid being in a bad place. So when things get rough, does that mean you're going to go cheat on my daughter again?
Exactly. It's so fucking stupid. And then he tries to like sell himself. And he's like, well, I still have a job and I like have this new apartment. Apartment plus job equals girl. And Dana's like, no.
Yeah. She's like, what are you doing and what do you want? And he's like,
apartment plus girl. Where's Stassi's list of rules?
I know. And then he's like looking at his hands and she's like, look in my eyes when you're speaking to me. Look in my eyes.
Oh, I know. She's so scary.
She's way better than like Stassi's dad at this. I think he was sweating.
Because then she goes too, she says, why do you want to get back with Stassi? And Jax goes, because I love her, and I've never felt like this, and we're best friends. And she's like, what the fuck?
Well, it all caps off with Dana saying, I will tolerate you for the night, and then we can go from there. Boom. Got him. Let's go out, though. Like, she's ready to rage, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. First, we go to SUR really quick. We're still at this wine. I love this wine tasting. This is the best part of the whole episode. So they're still drinking wine. So if this show was chronologically accurate, Peter's been tasting wine for hours.
Yeah, all dinner long.
Lisa and Natalie.
While the rest of the crew is eating dinner at Dana's, Peter is just chugging wine down.
Jamie does make a sale. SUR is going to take 2 out of the 4.
Which is probably a lot. Like, if they're going to put it on the menu, that's a big sale.
Peter does, though. Nathalie and Jamie leave, and Peter wants to bring something up to Lisa. There's a few things about Scheana that needs to come to her attention. Same. Oh my God, it's so funny. He says that the other waitresses are getting annoyed because of the Scheana's foot thing and then her like tooth thing. And they think Lisa's kind of babying her. And Lisa doesn't think so. And she tells Peter to tell the waitresses to get over it and run her restaurant and stop the bitching. And Peter's like,
I agree. I think Peter was like, oh shit. But then Lisa comes back and says, but I also like, I talk to Scheana and I tell her, you need to suck it up. Stop giving all these waitresses excuses to hate you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, I personally do think she kind of babies Scheana a little bit.
Oh, I think so too. But I think she does give her a little bit of tough love, I'm sure, and says, like, stop giving him this shit. Like,
yeah, I
can tell you're going through something, but, like, you need to stop showing it to other people.
Yeah. Now we go back to Lake Arrowhead. We're getting Italian margaritas. I don't know what those are, but that's what's being ordered. And
I didn't even notice that. What is an Italian margarita?
I don't know. They cheersed, and all I heard in the background was Italian margaritas, and I was like, "Woo woo!" Whatever that is. Are you looking it up?
Interesting. Yeah. If I could spell margarita
I don't know,
right. What am I drunk right now? I'm not, everybody. I wish I was drunk.
No. I mean,
Italian
I wish I was
margarita.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's not like...
I hate blog posts where, like, they give a whole story about a goddamn recipe, and it's like, can I just get the recipe? It's tequila, amaretto, freshly squeezed lemon juice, freshly squeezed lime juice, so the only difference is amaretto, I guess.
Okay, well... Italian margaritas! Whoop, whoop.
Interesting. Instead of orange liqueur, it uses amaretto.
Cool.
Okay.
And we're cheersing to Pierce the Arrow, Tom's band.
Woo!
So they start roasting Tom Sandoval for his ugly ass Freddy Krueger sweater, which, like, I totally agree is the worst. The worst part.
I love this, but it's like a friendly banter. Like, he doesn't take it too seriously.
No. It's like
he's talking about some glasses he bought.
Okay, so he bought some glasses.
Right?
Yeah. Tom says, he's like, you should see me in this sweater. I have these steampunk glasses. I actually bought them for Schwartz. And then Kristen, like, freaks out about how Tom bought them 2 days ago and, like, doesn't wear them all the time, which Tom never said.
Yeah. He said, like, you should see me with these new glasses.
Yeah, I bought for Schwartz. And Tom's like, yeah, I did buy them 2 days ago. I bought them for Schwartz. And Kristen's like
over-explaining what he was saying.
Kristen's like, just don't tell people lies that you, like, wear them all the time. Like, that's just bullshit.
And he's like, I think everybody was so confused because everybody was on Tom's conversation and Kristen heard some other she made up a conversation in her mind.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, what the fuck's happening? Where did this come from?
And Dana, too, was like, we were literally talking about a Freddy Krueger sweater. Like, I don't understand what's happening.
She's just Kristen's like, you can tell she's shit-faced.
She's just trying to start a fight. She's drunk. Yeah. She's trying to start a fight. She doesn't 100%. Have a reason. So she just, like, starts going in on something.
Yep. And they say that she's at the point in her night where Sandoval's presence just annoys her.
Mm-hmm. Which is, like, so upsetting. Don't date that person.
Right? This must happen all the time. We kind of are getting a glimpse because Sandoval has said when she gets drunk, she just yells at him.
Monster. So Jax and Tom excuse themselves because Jax even says that this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
And he says Tom is embarrassing himself because, like, he's in this situation. How much can one man take? He needs to break up with Kristen.
Yeah, I agree.
Which, like, okay. From, like, one cheater to another, this is, like, a fun conversation. But I think Jax knows that this isn't worth it. Like,
no, I agree. I think they totally, their positions were so different. Like, Jax would not have stayed in a relationship if Stassi was berating him like this 24. They basically broke up because they were already berating each other before we found out about the cheating.
Yes. So we go back to, like, the girls plus Dana, and Kristen knows that they argue every day. She thinks it's disgusting. It's gross. Like, she's obviously shit-faced. She can't make sentences. But Stassi, in her interview, says Tom's a piece of shit and a cheater, but she kind of fucking feels bad for him. And, like, I get it because, like, this is Tom's big weekend and Kristen just can't. And, like, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't condone cheating. I think everyone that cheats kind of fucking sucks. But if you choose to stay in the relationship with the person that cheated on you, you have to move on. This cannot be, you can't be 40 years into marriage and be like, remember that one time you cheated on me 40 years ago?
If you can't even put it aside for his big weekend, we'll say, because even though Tom did something wrong, that doesn't mean he deserves to be screamed at on, like, a weekend he's really looking forward to and he's, like, really excited about.
And in front of everyone. Like, in front of Stassi's mom. That's so embarrassing. So
I know, they always make they're actually worse than Stassi and Jax were last season about, like, making these fights public. Because Jax and Stassi would get mad at, like, what was truly happening in that moment. They would just start bickering about dumb shit. This is just actually pointless.
Hey, you didn't say this, but I'm going to point out that you're wrong about something you didn't say.
Scream at you in front of everybody, and nobody's going to even be able to follow this conversation.
Yeah, plus we're drunk, so that just makes it fucking better.
Yeah. Katie and Stassi have their only advice is break up with him.
You can't move on from it. Like, I think you could see that Kristen can't let this go.
No. I think Tom can move on from it. I'm sure being the cheater is easier to move on from it.
Who's trying?
Kristen can clearly not move. Sober, drunk, she's always pissed off at him.
And Kristen's like, Katie and Stassi just, like, don't even get it because we've been together for 5 years, which this is fucking bull because Stassi, like, okay, their situations weren't the same, but Stassi was in a committed long-term relationship with someone that cheated. She heard a rumor. There wasn't even any proof. And she still broke up with this dude.
Yes.
Like, she gets it, dude. Just fucking, because Stassi
throw in the towel. We're done. Even the audience is done with your relationship.
We're done. No one cares. So we go back to Stassi's mom's house. We're all shit-faced. Woo! We are scrubbing off our faces with makeup, changing into pajamas, peeing in front of the camera. Hell yeah, this is fun and drunk. And Tom's, like, in his room by himself. I'm sure he's, like, really nervous for his performance.
Yeah.
He has an electric guitar that is not plugged in, and he starts practicing. And I can't even hear it. Legit.
Barely.
I could barely hear it on the thing. And then Kristen, like, pushes the door open and she's like, excuse me, Tom, can you not play the guitar?
She's like, seriously?
And Tom's like, what the fuck? It's
How
so quiet. It's not.
He's like, I'm confused. What am I doing wrong? She's like, did you ask for permission? And he's like, who should I ask for what?
I love Tom so confused.
Ask Stassi or her mom for permission. Did you ask?
And Tom says no, and she goes, well, it's just, like, not our house, so, like, I don't know, but, like, do what you want, but, like, don't do with this. And, like, walks away, and he's like, okay, I
feel like she's trying to, like,
anything
put on this persona, but also put on this persona that, you know, like, this isn't cool, like, I can stand up to you, but these things just don't make sense.
It's just like this is the moment when, like, I've been there. There's, like, I've been in situations with people where they're mere like them breathing. I'm like, God, this person bugs me. And so I think Kristen's like that. She's like, I just need a reason to yell at Tom. He's playing
but the
guitar.
hills she chooses to die on are so fucking weird.
Bad. It's
glasses
bad. This is not...
and a guitar that isn't even loud.
Yeah, no.
And like her fighting points. Did you ask for permission? I'm like, why?
Stassi had no idea it was even happening, and she's right next door. So like, I think we're cool. Yeah, Tom's like,
but then he gets up. Yeah, he's like,
he's like, okay, fine.
He gets up, tries to kiss her.
Oh my God.
Which, I mean, this was bad on his move, but like he came in like not too weird.
No, and he's like, all right.
Good night. Like, let's go to bed.
Good night. Tries to give her a hug and a kiss, and she's like, ew, can you not?
Seriously? Why would you? Ugh.
I know we're in a relationship of 5 years, but you tried to touch me?
I was like, oh my God.
This was bad. And then he's like, we always kiss each other goodnight, Kristen. And she's like, we don't even sleep in the same bed anymore, Tom. And it's like, oh my God. This cameraman super cut. He like cut so fast, and he's like, I'm getting a hotel.
This is where I want some flashbacks to get the receipts. Do they sleep in the same bed? Do they kiss every night before they go to bed? Because if she's just trying to play this up, like, because she's dying on 2 hills tonight about like being mad at him, she's not going to kiss him. And make it seem like we don't ever kiss each other, which
barely sleep in
I'm sure they
bed.
do.
Oh,
they have a 1-bedroom apartment. Who's sleeping on the couch?
There's nothing more cringy. Like I get it. When I'm in a relationship, if I'm like I just ate a lot or like I'm not feeling well, please don't like come in and try and kiss me.
Yeah, but then you give him like your cheek or something. You don't make that dramatic of a thing.
I have seen couples like in public. One of them will go up to the other one and they'll be like, ooh, can you not? And I'm like, ooh, like that's not a good look for fucking anyone. I hate it. I hate it.
I'm like, what a rejection. You just embarrassed your significant other in front of everyone to deny.
This is bad.
You just got to give him the cheek and be like, oh, not right now. Like quietly.
I have bad breath.
Yeah.
Like just like blame it on you. You don't have to be like, oh, we don't even sleep in the same bed
It's like
anymore.
it's the reaction to it, not even just not letting them kiss you. She was like, why? Don't even you're just near me.
Her hands went up, her shoulders cringed. Oh, it was bad. It was
like a defense. She like put her hands like, get away from me. I was like, oh, this is so sad.
So then she goes into like the bedroom with Stassi and Katie, and she's like, I don't know, I just like whatever. She's gossiping. Tom barges in because we're all drunk at this point.
I love this.
He's like, believe it or not, Kristen, we actually do kiss each other before we go to bed.
I love this because if my girlfriend was trying to be like, he just tried to kiss me, which we never do. Like he's trying to prove a point. You know, she's just going to make up some story, whether or not this is all true or not. Like she's making like, some shit up along with whatever truth. It's like, I just want to let you know the truth, ladies. We do actually do this. I'm not some creepo.
But then drunk Katie gets involved.
Katie's more angry than Kristen now.
Oh my God. She's like, Tom, just shut the fuck up and get out of the room. She doesn't even have like a point. And she's more like, just leave us because you cheated on Kristen and like, we just don't need this right now. So she's like, shut the fuck up, Tom. And he's like, is this Katie on the dark side? And then she got really mad and like started fucking, he's like, you fight with Schwartz all the time. And she's like, get the fuck out of the room.
Like,
and
you cheated on your girlfriend. All these like dumb shit they're saying to each other. I'm like, oh my God, we're literally at this point of the night.
Yelling at each other. Tom's like trying to push through the door. Katie's trying to close the door.
Katie's like holding the door closed.
Stassi in the background is like, shh, guys, my mom's sleeping upstairs.
Oh my God, so embarrassing.
But
that's always the worst when you're at like your family's house.
It was so funny because Tom would like talk at a normal level and then Katie would raise her level and then Stassi would be like, shh, my mom. And then Katie would be like, shut the fuck up, Tom. And they'd be like, what the fuck, Katie? And they'd like start whisper fighting.
The best is when she's holding the door shut and they're bickering through the door.
She's like, whatever, Tom, you're not in the room anymore. I win. Like it was just so... This was like a drunk fight at its finest. This was awesome.
At a parent's house, so you have to hush
God,
tones.
It was so funny. So then Tom finally goes back to his room, and all we get is Jax going, I told you to break up with her a year ago. What the fuck? Jax is nowhere to be found in this whole fight. I love it. He's like on his best behavior in Dana's house.
Oh, yeah.
So funny. This is when he pretends to sleep. He's
yes.
like, I'm not involved. If anything happens, I'm asleep.
He's like, I'm awake so I can hear everything, but don't involve me. I'm asleep.
It was just so funny. So Jax has been trying to get Tom to break up with Kristen, I guess, for a while.
For a year. I think whenever he and Stassi were officially over, he probably wanted somebody to like hang with. That he's like, ditch yours. Like, let's go.
A year ago would have been he's with Laura Lee-ish time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Great. Okay, so next morning, we wake up. Stassi and her mom are talking, mainly about how Jax being here is kind of awkward, which I get. Dana, I understand why she feels like kind of awkward about it.
Well, because of like what it used to be. They find out Jax used to come up with Stassi and hang out with them, so.
Yeah, and Stassi's not shutting the door completely, but.
Dana wants her to, because it's been over a year.
Because, like, she doesn't want to get back with that person, though, and it still happen again. Like,
yes.
You know, there's a lot to think about. Stassi still loves the tattoo. Obsessed with it.
And Stassi gives her mom some sass because Dana's ex-husband did the same, or Dana's husband did the same thing. Which I'm guessing is her Dana. It's her dad, right?
I think it would be Mark, yeah. But, well, listen.
But it's different. It's different because they were married.
You can listen to my post show. Yeah.
They were married at the time whenever Dana's.
It's so funny because Dana's like, who does that? Who gets a tattoo of someone they're not even with? So she's like, your fucking ex-husband? And she's like,
married, Stassi. It is different.
That's the kiss of death, though.
I know, but it is different to actually be in a relationship with that person.
Yeah, Jax is like really wrong here. He didn't understand Stassi's rules correctly, but you know, whatever. But Dana doesn't trust Jax, and that's what we get. She doesn't. Jax though is playing games with Stassi's little brother Nikolai. They're playing video games.
I thought this was kind of weird at the beginning, but like hearing about how Jax used to come, like this probably was a norm for them. Like Jax is hanging out with Nikolai
all the time.
Again, Nikolai says, "Yeah, of course," but Nikolai broke up, which I feel like is so sad. He's so young.
Yeah, it's one of those things where someone like comes around in your life so often and then they just don't because you broke up, and it's like that was my big brother almost.
They've been broken up for years, so it's probably really weird that Jax is back now after a year of not being there.
And Jax has lost his touch on video games because Nikolai is schooling his sorry ass.
He is crushing it. But also Jax knows nothing and asks Nikolai for his help with getting Stassi back. And Nikolai's advice is so cute, but pretty easy to follow, and I don't think Jax could ever follow it.
Nikolai says to talk outside, probably to bring your fights away from everyone. That's what I got from that.
Genius. Check. We love it, Nikolai.
Tell Stassi that you want to make her happy.
Check. We love it.
And tell her you won't be mean anymore or drunk or stupid. I mean, this is genius. Where were these rules when Jax was like getting a tattoo?
Things Jax could follow.
Like Stassi gave him like the growing up list, but Nikolai is giving him the just how to be a good person.
It's like the child's book version of how to be in a relationship.
Jax is like starting to get it. Like maybe it's not just the
yes. You have to be in love with just one girl.
Oh my god, yeah. Nikolai has 10 girlfriends. So cute. Jax can't even get one. He's sad about it. And Nikolai's like, that's because you cheated on her. Boom.
Got him.
Boom. But Nikolai's going to teach Jax how to get a girl. Jax does say, though, that Stassi's a little different because she's kind of vicious like a wolf or a snake. Yes. And Nikolai's like, yeah, agreed. But yeah, this is common sense from a 7-year-old.
Finally, somebody's getting through. The 7-year-old's getting through.
It just took video games and simple words.
Somebody at Jax's maturity level.
We love it. Thank you, Nikolai. So now we go to Sir. We get our girl, Christina Kelly. She's folding napkins, working. Lisa walks in and I was like, what are you doing here, Christina? You're not working. And she said she's covering for Scheana because something happened with her eye. And Lisa's like,
she doesn't even say it meanly. She just says like, I'm covering for Scheana. She like had to go to a doctor or something.
For her eye. And Lisa goes, it's her foot, not her eye. And Christina
like,
looks at her and goes,
that was before.
That was before.
But she's true. Like, this does not come off as she's truly trying to shade her. Like, she was just picking up the shift.
She's like, that was before, Lisa. You're not updated, huh? You didn't read our newsletter.
Newsletter.
So, Christina says that Scheana can't see out of her eye. Christina's a little annoyed because Scheana keeps calling for people to cover her, but she feels bad because the girl can't see or walk and has no tooth.
Which I think, like, Lisa, like, gives a little chuckle. She's like, fuck.
This is the best way to shade someone without actually shading them. Because Christina's so nice in this. Like, this is her boss, Lisa, and she's like, this is why I'm here. Like, I'm annoyed I have to be here. But, like, this poor girl breaks everything.
It's like you have to show, like, slight concern, but make it a little funny where it's just like, oh, my God. Because when you quote just these words, there's no tone. Like, you can't really say she had a tone with Lisa about it. It's all just like, poor girl.
Poor girl just keeps hurting herself. Can't keep it together.
Another thing. What's
and
next?
Lisa, I think, finally gets it. Like, this fucking girl is super injured, and these other girls need to cover her shift all the time.
Yeah, which not really injured, though. These are dumb things at this point. And Christina says she's over the excuses and the pity party, and Lisa's too.
Christina also says, I love this. She's like in her interview, and she's like, yeah, I think I drank some haterade that Katie and Stassi gave me on Scheana. Like, I just kind of hate her, whatever. But yeah, she's like, she doesn't completely hate Scheana, but doesn't like the way she reacts to things, or it comes out of her mouth, like her tooth. Her and Lisa are like having the best conversation.
I know. They're like doing slight jabs where it's not super out there.
I don't mind Scheana, but the things that just come out of her mouth. Like her tooth. I love Sir. Okay, well, we'll go back to Lake Arrowhead. So the party has finally pulled up. Peter and Schwartz are here. They show up on a little kiddie train. It's so much fun. We're not having lunch. We're like outside having lunch. It's so a great day. Fun.
Yeah. But like, why do we need to have actually a good day? Let's just have a terrible day.
Yeah. So we're filling. Everyone's like going over what happened last night. And Kristen says that Tom needs to apologize to everyone. And then that's when we get Peter, who's like, seems like I've missed something that happened.
Oh, yes. And Sandoval's like, I don't really understand why I need to apologize. But he does explain his feelings. And he ends up apologizing for the backlash of, like, that he just basically getting upset.
With Stassi and Katie.
Yeah.
That's really where,
but really nothing else. No apology needed for the guitar.
No. Kristen, though, keeps pestering Tom, and she's like, no, Tom, like, I don't think you get it, though, yet. Like, you just apologize, but you don't, like, get it. And then Tom starts crying. Just, like, full on. He's like, I'm tired of this, man.
I'm
tired. But she keeps going. That's the best part, is like, he starts crying and she's like, no, but like, you don't get it, because like, you were crazy and you were going after my friends and blah, blah, blah. And he's like,
it's just like hard to argue all the time.
This is terrible. And Stassi is like,
everybody's like,
no one will make eye contact with me so I can laugh.
Yes.
Like, because it does look absurd that this grown man is crying at like the lunch table.
And Kristen just is still like yelling at him.
Bum. And like, Stassi's like, no one will fucking look at me. I just want to break out and laugh.
Weird.
And we do get Stassi, like, her like whole head is down, and she's just like slight smiling, like, oh my God.
Just like, hold it together. Do not start laughing. Could you imagine if Stassi started laughing? Like, both of them probably would have looked at her.
I would start laughing. That's me. I would totally start laughing. And Tom, like, this is all dramatic, but Tom says it takes a real man to shed some man tears.
Wait, no.
No.
I feel bad for him, but
I feel bad.
No tears needed.
Part of me thinks that he like, because he's an actor, right? He's like got the skills.
He's trying to pull some strings. Yeah.
Just to shut Kristen up, and it like did not work.
And to maybe like pull the sympathy card. This is the Scheana sympathy card. We're going too far with it.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But it didn't work. So like everyone just found it funny. But it's okay now. Tom's going to excuse himself. He's got to go do a sound check for his band. I don't know if you knew he's in a band.
And this is a big weekend despite getting yelled at every 5 seconds.
Exactly. So then we get like our 2-minute clip. Stassi and Jax go on a walk. She keeps talking about how much she loves the tattoo.
She wants to see it again.
Jax says the tattoo's not going anywhere because it takes a year to get a tattoo covered. Like you have to wait for it to heal and then you cover it.
Which that's an even bigger commitment than I thought. Like, in a way you can always get it removed, but now knowing he has to have it for a whole year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy. We find out Jax wants to get his wedding ring tattooed on.
Yes,
I
they
think
previously discussed it.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, but think about how crazy Stassi is and how sucky Jax is. I get why she was like, yep, we're getting that tattooed on.
And Stassi's like, I'm just going to take over your whole body and make you tattoo things of me everywhere. So that you always look at them. Yeah, he's like, that's fucking fine. Like, are we together yet?
Yeah. If we're getting back together,
you equal girlfriend?
Yeah, you can.
That's it.
Whole body tattoo Stassi equal girlfriend?
Okay, now we're back at Sir. Lisa's here. She asks Jeremy about the baby. Baby's good, in case you were wondering.
Oh, I know. It was such a great sight to see Jeremy and Lisa
Kingston's
chat.
Good. He's getting bigger, and Lisa's like, hey, Jeremy, you should do some modeling for the Divine Addiction. And Jeremy's like, yeah, oh my God, Lisa, I'd fucking love to. So, like, if that's not going to be on the show, I quit, because that's what I want to see.
Like, these conversations, I feel like sometimes we get the weirdest conversations with Lisa. Like, okay.
Jeremy, though, does his, I don't know if he professionally models, but his Instagram, he looks like a model. Like, he does the poses. So, go creep. Their son's really cute. Anyway.
I think the only reason we get this is because Scheana then walks up, and Lisa's like,
we're waiting.
We're
waiting. We're waiting for Scheana. And Jeremy's like, wait a minute, do I get hired, or what happens? So, Scheana and Lisa talk. Sheena's got these ginormous fucking glasses on. Takes over her whole face. And we talk about how Christina had to cover Sheena's shift so she can go to the doctor because her contact lens scratched her eye, and she wanted to make sure that she didn't have an infection.
And Lisa brings up a good point. So you had to go to the doctor during your shift. Like, couldn't you have found another time?
Yeah, also, Sheena's wearing, if she had worn, like, little normal glasses, fine, but Sheena's glasses, like...
These are stage glasses.
They're the most notable things. And if you look at her eyes aren't red or anything. Like, they look fucking perfect. So, this was just,
dumb.
Fine. So, yeah. Scheana
like, says she's like, I don't want to be injured. And Lisa's like, you're not injured. You look just fine.
Yeah. Stop playing victim.
This is dumb.
Up. It was your tooth, and then it was your foot, and then it was your eye. There's so many instances. You got to pick yourself back up. Yep. Stand up until you fall down. Don't make a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
Boom.
I love that.
Lisa's been on her deathbed and she still worked. Not her deathbed. I forget what she said, but she was dying.
There was something. It was like a hernia or like something.
A hematoma?
Definitely. That's just a bruise. We but like Scheana needs to face the problem. Otherwise, they're going to be winning. She just needs to have a conversation with these girls. Move on. Stop playing these massive ass victim cards. I'm done with it.
And Lisa's like, this is why no one effing likes you, okay?
Well, she doesn't say that, but her eyes are saying that. Her daggers.
But she does say, she's like, Scheana, you're giving people, like you said, you're giving people an excuse to, like, hate on you.
Giving them the ammunition to hate you.
Stop letting them drink the haterade. Take the haterade away. Come on.
Pour the haterade down the drain. Let's go.
Let's go. So now we go back to, like, Arrowhead. We get Tom's show. Fucking finally. Ooh. Tom's getting ready. Everyone's in the crowd. They're at these tables. It looks like very similar to like a local fest in your town that you would have. Like a little,
there's some barbecue stand over there. You can get plates of food.
You got your beers. Like it's the locals. Yeah. So this is 2013, by the way. Oh my God, it was so fun. What were you doing in 2013?
We were in high school.
We were in high school.
We were seniors in high school.
If this is summer, we were right in between.
I think it aired in the spring, so this aired in 2013, so it was shot in 2012. I think. What did they say? It was 2013.
Yeah, the guy was like,
Oh, because it's season 2. Country. You're right. So this season aired in 2014. So we were freshmen in college
when this came out. But in 2013, Meredith's right. We graduated high school and then went off to college. Magical. So Tom was though a star, so he beat us.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah. So Stassi, I love Stassi. She Tom enters the stage with his band and Stassi does the mom wave where she's just like, "Hi honey, it's me. It's Stassi.
We're here, we're over here, we're supporting.
Hi. Oh my god, it's me."
Gotta let you know we're here.
Tom loves it though. Normally I'm embarrassed because I'm not a total performer. I'd be like, "Mom, fucking stop." But Tom's like he brings it into his performance. And Kristen loves it. She loves seeing Tom
Kristen
on stage.
Is falling back in love with him.
This is one of the moments that reminds her why she loves him so much. This moment right here.
Yeah, and she forgets every shitty thing that's going on.
Yeah, and on top of that, she decides to be the one and only person that goes close to the stage, leaves her table, goes close to the stage, and starts dancing alone, rocking out because we're at a rock concert for Pierce the Arrow. She wants everyone to know, this is an exact quote, she wants everyone to know that's her fucking boyfriend on stage.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you remember the lunch when he was crying and you were just screaming at him?
But then he went to sound check and now she's so turned on by him.
Now that he's not sitting next to her, she doesn't hate him. Now that he's 6 feet apart from her with the guitar.
Also, he's famous now, so she's that's my fucking boyfriend. Get your hands off him. Yeah. If he was sitting next to her, they'd be in another fight. But no, now he's famous.
Absolutely. Also, Kristen says she wouldn't trade a relationship for Katie or Stassi's.
No, fuck that. Her boyfriend's a fucking star.
Not really in a relationship.
Katie seems to have the best one going.
Somehow Katie's the most stable. But is that because we don't?
I don't know. We just don't see their relationship ever.
Yeah, we don't really know.
They don't fight because they're too busy dealing with Kristen and Tom's relationship that they get back and they're just let's just go to sleep.
And monitoring Jax's addiction problem. Plus tattoo, plus.
Tom went home and he was like, Katie, oh my God.
Plus games with Nikolai.
I dealt with so much today. And Katie's like, let's just go to sleep and not argue. So they don't even talk probably. They're just done. But Meredith, this is a rock and roll show. And you know what happens at rock and roll shows?
Not clapping because that's so opera.
No. You throw women's panties on stage.
Ooh.
Woo! Underwear. So all the girls and Peter and Tom Schwartz, they're shooting songs up there. Hell
I mean, Tom wears all the girls' makeup, all the girl products. You might as well get some girl underwear.
Hell yeah. So, Tom's done now. He finds Kristen at the table. They kiss. It's such a magical moment.
Oh no! And get away from me. No cringing.
We all know that they're perfect now. This is it.
Magically reconciled.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Stassi sees them years from now in the same apartment doing the same shit to each other. I don't know. This kiss had a lot of passion. I think they're fixed completely. We'll never hear about another time in Kristen.
Absolutely not. But either way, Stassi says their friend group has had enough. I think this weekend has put it all on blast. All right, we're done. We had it in the car. We had it at the restaurant. Or when we went out last night at the house.
We had it later. We had it at lunch.
We're done.
But then the saving grace, we get Martha Davis in the motels. And during this, Kristen really sees Tom trying in this relationship. And he's really sorry for what happened. So she knows that this is it. This is the magical moment.
We'll see if it is.
Hell yeah. So we go back to Dana's house. Jax asked to talk to Stassi. This is so awkward. I cannot describe how much I hated watching this.
I know, because you can kind of feel the awkwardness, I think, between them.
And the cameraman being there, I think, is Stassi.
Yeah, their dinner didn't have this awkward vibe, but there's this awkward vibe in the bedroom, because I think Jax wants a lot to happen in this bedroom, and Stassi's please leave.
Yeah, they go in there and Jax is like, is this our bedding that we used to have? And Stassi's like, yeah.
Is this the guest bed? And she's like, yeah, this used to be in our
This is our bed.
apartment. Yeah.
So we reiterate that Stassi's whole family is upset with Jax, but Stassi's really trying to make an effort to bring Jax back in, but it's going to take time.
Yes.
But
Jax that's not working for him. He really needs some verification. It's been
He needs Stassi to get a tattoo of his name on her arm.
Yeah, and Stassi says he's just too needy. Like,
he's needy.
Ugh.
But he just needs some, he needs validation as a man sometimes. Mm-hmm. And he asks for a hug, and it's the world's most awkward hug. I'd rather see Kristen cringe a million times than watch this one hug.
But then, let's not just be too needy. Let's just not be needy. Let's be super needy. Can I get a kiss too?
Can I get a kiss? So then,
is that asking for too much?
It's the slowest kiss of two lips I've ever seen. It takes forever. We finally get it. This cameraman is
awkward.
Crying. He hates it. Oh my God.
10-year-old kids can do a better kiss in a movie theater for the first time.
Yeah, this was really bad. But Stassi says it feels nice and it's a good moment. So I don't know what she felt, but we did not get that as the audience.
This was so uncomfortable for two people who dated for 2 years and still kind of flirt and have hooked up. But she said, even though that they've, slept together.
Yes. No, wait, this is the kiss of, this is someone's first kiss and you're both overthinking it and it becomes super awkward and you probably should have had 7 drinks before this kiss and
maybe they're dead sober and every other time they've had sex, the 3 times they've had sex they've just been hammered. At least she's been shit-faced.
Whatever. Well, next time on Vanderpump Rules, Jax models with a girl and Stassi does not like that because that's her that's in her rules.
That's the minus. We've only gotten the pluses. There's a few minuses.
New apartment plus job minus
plus tattoo.
Oh yeah. Plus being nice and Nikolai's advice.
Plus
minus
stick
girls.
Figures. Family stick figures.
Lisa is watching Kristen like a hawk because Ariana's coming to work at SUR.
And Kristen was on probation, so she's coming back.
But Ariana's here. We get a plus Ariana. Ooh. But then Stassi and Kristen get into a fight for some unknown reason. So we will see. It doesn't sound like there's a lot, but man, there's going to be a lot.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Thank God we made it through this. Oh, now we have to do Accepted and Blocked. Ugh. Okay.
I can start. I got mine written out. I knew immediately, to be honest.
I have nothing. I hated everyone. Okay, go on.
Which one would you like me to start with?
Do Accepted because I have my Accepted.
Okay, I'm going to accept Dana because she's the
that's a good one.
Best mom ever.
One.
She's hosting the group. She's going out with the group. She's sticking up for her girl Stassi and trying to make sure she doesn't fall in love just over this dumb tattoo.
Fuck you, Jax. She'll tolerate him.
I also really want to hang out with Dana. Is Dana on Cameo? Can we do that one for my birthday next year?
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to accept a person I would personally like to hang out with. Her name is Christina Kelly, and I love her. And I think it takes a lot of effort to shade someone without actually shading them so it never gets back to you. And she did it to Lisa, and she was the one that got through.
Lisa's on board with it, yeah.
Yeah, Peter tried, and Peter didn't get anything from Lisa, but Christina says one thing, and Lisa's like, maybe I should rethink this. Yeah. So my girl, hell yeah.
It's so sad that none of the main cast is really on this trip.
But, man, I know who I'm going to block.
You go first, girl.
Kristen.
Hey,
oh my God. Oh my God, it just sucks.
I'm just over the poor me, but like you always say, and this is true, if you're choosing to stay in this relationship, you gotta move on. This is getting ridiculous
for everyone. My God, I only watch 1 hour every so often of these people, and I hate it. It's like the most tiring.
Can you imagine being anyone else in this friend group having to listen to these two? They're worse than Stassi and Jax.
I would just pray to be Christina Kelly. That's the only person I could be. I hate it. She's the worst. She's cringy. She makes Tom cry and like still yells at him. She starts arguing about some glasses that doesn't even matter.
What pissed you off more, the night out, back at the house, or the lunch?
Back at the house. Excuse me, Tom, can you not play that right now? Did you ask for permission? It's not my house. Permission? Actually, we don't even sleep in the same bed. I hate it. She's the worst. She never gets kissed again. Ugh, I hate it.
Gosh.
Okay,
well, she did. Now she's apparently better.
That's right. They had a magical
fix.
twist. You're right. Never mind. She does get kissed again. Okay. Who are you blocking?
Same person. Oh, sorry. Cool. I did not make that clear.
Fuck you, Kristen.
Oh, God.
This was fun. I already watched episode 4, and I'm like super excited for it. So next episode's gonna be great. Actually, this one wasn't so bad, even though I despise this episode.
It was fun to talk about and complain.
Also, I really, really, really think you guys should pay $2 a month to get my post show because this one's about to be so good. Ooh. So to go over everything, to get access to all these fun things, go to patreon.com/Vanderpasta. Follow our Instagram @Vanderpasta. Join our Facebook group. Same name as this podcast, so you can figure that one out. I think that's it. Rate, subscribe, review, 5 stars.
Woo! Peace out.